Well, hey everyone. I'm doing this because I guess still kind of trying to process the past few days, weeks of being a Golden State Warriors fan while trying to, I don't know, think about the future, which seems daunting at the moment. Times are tough. It's not so shiny in Golden State right now. It really isn't. I'm still grieving over losing Klay. I got him tattooed on my wall somewhere. Big Bay Area sports fan, but God, yeah, it's gonna be really yucky seeing him wear 31 for Dallas. I just I don't even know where to begin with all that. Not quite sure how he'll do, to be honest. Like a part of me really thinks he may just kill it for them. Just like it was all just a mental thing. He's gonna be exactly what they need. Just a quiet assassin for 24, 25 points a night, march their way right back to the finals. It's like, come on. Another part of me thinks maybe we dodged a bullet and we just ripped a band-aid off. Him going to Dallas is just us not having to pay him for what he was, him dealing with his ego of he still believing that he is deserving of every penny that he was. I don't know. We got Buddy Hield, who statistically is better than Klay right now, but that's of course is not that doesn't do any justice to what Klay did for the Warriors. I don't blame him for wanting to go, but I also wish we could keep him. I love Klay. Fuck. It's just so hard. It's just so goddamn hard. The thing that really bothers me though about all this, and I'm still. It doesn't ever really feel real, right? But Klay leaving the Warriors is the first of many big natural disasters in Golden State. Klay leaving the Warriors opened the floodgates for disaster for the Warriors. Yes, seeing Klay wear number 31 for Dallas, disgusting. But what it really did is created a reality in which we now can possibly lose Curry. Like it's now possible for Curry to go somewhere else. Like the idea that these guys were going to retire as Warriors, that was always sort of on the back of our minds. It's sort of like thinking about your dog. It's like, well, they're going to live a nice long life, and God forbid when they do die, it's hopefully by your side. They're not going to get run over by a school bus at age 6 halfway through their life. No, that's a super dark analogy. I apologize for that. But my point is, it's now possible for Curry to go away too. Yes, there was an interview very recently, within the last day, of Curry basically saying he wants to retire a Warrior. But if you listen to that interview, he says, but things change in today's NBA. I'm going to sit on that one for a while because he's right. If you look at Curry's contract, things can change. In the next 2 years, a lot of shit can change. The reality is Curry could now leave the Warriors and take Steve Kerr away with him. I'm serious. Like, I never thought it would come to this, but the Warriors, for the next 2 years, have to do everything in their power to make Steph Curry feel like he has to retire a Warrior, to keep him. I always thought it was like, yeah, Steph's going to be here forever. Just keep building the team and try different, schemes and player patterns and, throw KD in there. Oh, see if you get Paul George. You didn't get him. Shit. Oh, well, we still got Steph and Klay. No, you don't. You don't have Klay anymore. And you might not have Steph either. Curry could leave. We are now in a reality where it's possible to lose both Steph Curry and Steve Kerr, which would officially destroy the dynasty. Like, it would be over. Here's why. Curry right now is spending every day playing with the best basketball players on planet Earth. Playing for this Olympic team, he is literally with the best basketball players on the face of the earth, minus Jokic and Giannis and Luka. Those three guys. And SGA, who is Canadian. Everyone else, Embiid, Drew Holiday, friggin' Kevin Durant, again, LeBron, Booker, Tatum. Curry is with the best players on earth. And he's probably having a blast. And so from now until the end of summer, he's going to be with studs. Yeah, let that sink in. From now until the end of summer, he is in basketball heaven, playing with some of the best players on the planet. And then after that, reality kicks in. He goes back to a now Klay Thompson-less Warriors team with Buddy Hield. If they don't sign someone worthy of significance in the next 2 years, and if they also don't stay in the mix in the next 2 years, like let's put our cards on the table here. If the Warriors like pull something out of their ass this season, next season, they're back in the Western Conference Finals, Curry's not going anywhere. Curry's going to die with the ship. But if they don't, if they just poop their pants and flirt with the playing game, he might want to get out of there, right? He might want to go play with one or possibly two of these Olympians right now. I mean, just think about it. How much fun you think he's having every single day throwing lobs off the backboard to LeBron, and then on defense watching Drew Holiday put actual clamps on people, plus Anthony Davis is on the rim acting like a tree, dish it out to whoever is open. Anthony Edwards. Come on. Like, what happens if Devin Booker and Kevin Durant go up to Curry and be like, dude, let's sync up in Phoenix. One last ride. I don't know. Like, just understand. Steph Curry has 2 more years on this contract, just like Steve Kerr. They are exactly aligned on the same contract. That was 100% on purpose. Steve Kerr looked at that and went, the second Steph is gone, I'm probably gone too. Because that's kind of been his entire coaching career, is just coaching Steph Curry. What an awesome legacy he has with the Warriors, coaching Steph. Steph leaves, or Steph is absent. I don't know if Steve Kerr's really trying to stick around and see how good of a coach he is. Has 4 rings. Can't deny that. Maybe it's just, you know. Look, Curry is not slowing down talent-wise. He is still very much unguardable. The teams and the squads he's rolling out with are getting worse because Curry still needs to be triple teamed, is the truth, right? Curry literally, it's all eyes on him the second he inbounds the ball. But the problem is when Curry, over the last couple of seasons, has to pass it to Klay or Draymond or Wiggins, and they throw a brick off the side of the backboard, it's not very fun, especially while Draymond is choking dudes out on the sidelines. So yeah, that's my take. If the Warriors don't do anything exciting or sign anyone of significance in the next 2 years, plus they're not in contention to do anything, it would not surprise me if Steph Curry goes, yeah, thanks so much for everything. I got 5 years left of actual competitive basketball. I'm out. And just like that, Kerr will be gone too. And there you have it. Then it's over. All of it. So let that sink in. We could actually lose Curry if Dunleavy acts like a dunce. If Dunleavy poops his pants and doesn't sign anyone bigger than Buddy Hield, and the Warriors don't do anything in the postseason, we could be on Curry's doomsday clock. So just wanted to get that out there to the airwaves. Not manifesting it, God, no. No. Just forecasting a terrible prediction because I want to be on the right side of it. If it happens, I want to be right about it because then I don't feel as shitty. But, other thing. This is another forecast. Just want to throw this out there. Again, not going to be super stoked if this happens. I just want to be right about it. Makes me feel just a little bit better. I bet you the number one seed of the West next year is a team you had no idea was capable of doing such a thing. Well, of course, everyone in this city probably feels this way, but no one in the basketball world ever thought this would be possible. I bet you the Sacramento Kings are going to get the number one overall seed going into the playoffs next year. I don't know if they can win the West. I don't know if that's possible, especially with Denver and OKC, Dallas, Minnesota. God. I don't know if they can just win the West outright. Not while those guys are still there. But the one seed. You saw what OKC did this year. Just ran through teams like it was the playoffs during the regular season, crushing them, and then flopping against Dallas. That's very possible for the Kings. The Kings are notorious for just, going 1,000 miles an hour throughout the regular season, not pacing themselves, and then falling apart right before the season ends or recently in the postseason. But I think this year will be different. DeMar DeRozan going to Sacramento is one of the sneaky best moves in franchise history, I think. Because for the first time in franchise history, you will now have 2 top 5 clutch players on your team. DeMar DeRozan, for the past 2 to 3 years, has been 1 and 2 and 3 right there, clutch player of the year. The guy is just so friggin' clutch. Just like De'Aaron Fox. I mean, that is crazy. You have 2 of the clutchest players together in your backcourt. Plus, Domantas Sabonis, he didn't get any worse. He's phenomenal. He now has one more guy to pass and facilitate the offense around. Not to mention, you pretty much got DeRozan for Barnes. That's kind of how the rotation works. So you still have Keegan Murray. You're likely still going to have Malik Monk. I don't think Monk's going anywhere now that DeRozan's here. It's kind of let's give this one more shot. I don't know. It's looking like a pretty good team. You got defense, you got threes, you got experience. You got experience now. Experience is a currency. And now you got DeRozan. I don't know. I think this is kind of like that Jimmy Butler to Miami kind of a move where you were close, but now you're really close. You know what the hell? Kings are going to go to the Western Conference Finals. Don't know who they're playing. Don't know how they're going to get there. Really hope it's not because they beat the Warriors. But that's my prediction. Kings are going to get the number one seed going into the playoffs, and they'll find themselves playing in the Western Conference Finals, thus beginning an amazing couple of years in the DeMar DeRozan Kings era. I mean, realistically, I'm looking at Phoenix again as scratch early. Hate to say it. I feel like the Warriors are capable of some, not much, but some. I mean, Pods and Trace Jackson Davis going to the USA Select team, that's awesome. That's amazing for their development. I don't know if that's enough, though. I think that's awesome. I think if they had one more guy, if they had that Paul George or Henry Marken in the rotation, and then Pods and Trace come off the bench, it's okay, now we're talking. But if your second option is still Wiggins or Draymond or fucking Buddy Hield now. Give me a break. If your only big is that guy they drafted from Boston College who can't play a lick of defense, he's just a 7-footer who can shoot the three. Ugh. Give me a break. I don't know. I think it'll be tough for the Warriors to do anything of significance. I also think Memphis is kind of sneaky back as well. As long as John Morant is healthy, that team is very much a threat. Denver lost a few guys, but they still have Jokic. They got embarrassed in Game 7 this year. They'll definitely be angry. OKC is only getting better. They got Josh Giddey out of there and replaced him with Caruso. Just a clamp on defense. Plus, SGA is just going to keep foul hunting. Yeah, Thunder are there. Minnesota is only going to get better. Although, Kyle Anderson of the Warriors, there's a lot of glue that guy is responsible for. You can't really measure in stats because he's always making that extra pass or getting that extra tip to get a steal, to get a rebound. I don't know. Minnesota might be not as good. Dallas is probably a little better. Jason Kidd can learn how to call a fucking timeout. Yeah, give me the Kings winning the regular season. Right, they're the 1 seed going to the Western Conference Finals. I also think that's possible. Yeah, I like it. Kings to the Western Conference Finals after they get the number 1 seed. Not rooting for it because that would mean the Warriors don't get it, and it means little brother is finally kicking big brother's ass. But if it happens, I'm right. Okay, that's all I got for tonight. I really didn't want to talk about that much. I just kind of want to get this off my chest. You know, that's it. That's all I got. All right. Cheers.